Fair enough. Well, when you talk about Goody, is that support there for doing what you want to be doing and who you are internally during that period?
People forget coaches like players as well. You get better at things. So to be honest, the really good thing for me to happen was, it's a bit rogue, but Ed Langdon come into the club, who's very like me off the field, that has all these hobbies and stuff. But he came as one of the top players, whereas I was still a fringe player. So, and Goody will know this, like it's very noted within the four walls. Like me and him didn't get along for a long period then. He was complaining that I was playing too much golf. But it's also like, it's almost the Jack Viney conversation. Like Goody's footy obsessed. He loves the game, loves everything about it. Like that's probably why he's doing so well at Sydney. Like he's analysing everything. That's his personality. But I guess at the start of his coaching career, he wanted everyone to be like that. And he grew as a coach and realised that, no, like people get there in a different way. Ed Langdon used to like rock climb, like boulder the day before a game.
Right.
But Goody and the coaches embraced it because it was like, Ed, like he's the most reliable player. He's always going to run his guts off or whatever like that. And people always understood that I'd work hard, but yeah, like I had a bit of a bad form and people, including Goody, thought it was because of my off-field stuff. And I don't know, I was never secretive, but I was never outlandish with what I did off-field. So they didn't know that I'd been playing golf once a week or a day before a game for 9 holes, because it makes me feel good. Like it makes my body feel amazing. When I sit in a chair for too long, that's when I stiffen up. But if I play 9 holes, like, it doesn't do anything to my body. I'm used to running so much. Like it's 9 holes, it loosens my back up, like everything. But yeah, like a lot of people in Melbourne didn't know that. And then when I started doing form, it's like you look for things that are a bit out of the ordinary to blame it. And then that's what I was talking before about you, is like, I went through this period where I tried to be the Jack Viney, where I tried to be obsessive, and my form was dog shit. And I spoke to the sports psych, and he's like, get back to what you're doing off field. Like, you're miserable. I was miserable. And then all of a sudden I went back to playing golf, to surfing, to hanging out with my mates, like all this stuff, and my form just went through the roof. So, like, Goody's like anyone. Like, he was new to being a senior coach. He wasn't the best at it at the start, like anything. You learn to adapt and you get better, just like any player gets better throughout their career.
People think that sports clubs today have become so professionalised and that everything is so specific in you have to be this sort of way at this sort of moment. Taking a step back and unprofessionalising it almost to an extent and letting people just be people is actually what makes a better club.
Exactly right, but it's like, I just say, like, any player is going to still work hard. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, you got this opportunity. It's like you don't need to force it, and you find your own ways. And it's like within the actual AFL.
What happens then when you got the guys that are top tier skill wise, but they're not working hard and they're creating that representation for the rest of the players that you can just kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's players like that. Like, it's the classic like wasted talent and stuff. I think where I draw the line is, and like a couple of my coaches in the past have been unreal, is like you play a game on a Saturday. Generally, like the rule within the AFL is like if it's a 7-day break, your next game's not till Saturday, have a drink after the game. Actually, this is Darren Burgess, who's phenomenal, sports scientist or whatever, head of performance. We had him during the flag year. His one was just like, we're not going to put these strict rules like 3 beers or whatever it is. But if you're not there on Monday morning performing your absolute best, you're done. And so I always had that mindset, like say if I did get carried away, which I did, like having drinks with my mates on a Saturday night, I'd go out or whatever. But then on Sunday, in the afternoon, I'd sleep in Sunday, I'd go to the sauna, have a swim in the ocean, do all that stuff. By Monday, I had this extra incentive. I'm like, coaches probably knew I drink, so I'm going to train harder. Like, so there's that as well. And like, I hate wasted talent as well, but it is what it is with some personalities. Like, and sometimes people think that certain players aren't working hard, but it's amazing what mannerisms do as well. Like, people work hard in their own way, and they work out ways, to make themselves the most efficient.